Well, hello folks, Species 7 here, and welcome back down to the farm. And we are playing the Great States map for Giant's wonderful game, Farming Simulator 2013. So yesterday, as we introduced this game, we basically spent much of the day lollying about, looking at equipment and looking at fields and that sort of thing. And I'm sure, as any real farmer would tell you, days like that come far and few between. So now I think it's time we did a little bit of work. So we are going to climb into our harvester. Obviously usually not where the process starts, but because they were kind enough to supply us a couple of fields that are actually ready, we get to go out and harvest. So again, the Q button, you can see down in the bottom right hand corner, there's kind of like a, I don't know, odd connect button sort of thing right beside the picture of the tractor. If you press that, lets you know that you're in a position where you can attach something. Now in this case, of course, the only thing we can attach is that front chunk, the cutter for the machine. So let's press Q, and there we go, and you'll notice that changes to a lit symbol in front of the tractor. Now if I had something behind me, that same symbol would appear behind me, and by pressing the G key it would switch me back and forth between those two accessories. So let's get underway here at our blistering top speed of 14 miles an hour. I believe this thing does 14, 15 on a good straightaway. Oh, there we go, blistering 15. You go, baby. Very nice, very nice. Made some adjustments to the graphics, mainly because I wasn't that terribly happy with what we saw, or what I saw in the rendering. It looked fine while I was recording it, but yeah, the rendering really didn't look that good. One of the things that unfortunately you can see how this field is loading kind of from one corner to the other. That's a result of one of the changes I made to the graphics. I mean, I have a fairly beefy machine, but fraps do like to eat resources, I'm afraid. Now the deal with these is you can harvest this machine, or harvest this field yourself, and that's simple enough. We can press V to lower the cutter down, and if we press B, that'll start it up. Now we can either press W to start driving, or we can use the cruise control, or ESL, electronic speed limiter. And I believe number 2 is the one we want for harvesters, 41%. Okay. So there you go. And away it harvests. Geez, I wasn't exactly right on with a straight line, was I? No, not at all. That's not good. The reason that that is not good is because I don't intend to actually harvest this entire field myself. So let's just give another poke at that. Let's see if we're not a little straighter this time. That looks good. A little bit smaller width, but it looks good. But as I say, I don't plan to do this all by my lonesome. So if I hit H, now it's actually hired a worker. I'm no longer driving, and in fact I can get out and see you later. Yep, have fun. And my worker will continue to harvest this field. So, lovely. Let's tab into a different vehicle. A tractor with nothing attached. Or one of the little 420s. And as a tribute to Mr. Stocko Gloss, I will press the home key. There we go. That turns any machines that have a beacon on them, pressing the home key will turn that on. F will operate headlights, as we can see. Ta-da! And if you have, usually if you have an attachment on the back and you hit F again, in some vehicles, it doesn't matter if you have an attachment, you can operate rear lights. And then a third time, and that'll shut it off. We're not actually leaving the farm, so we don't actually need that beacon. What I do want to do is grab a seeder, and I guess this tractor will do. Bum, 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 bum. Well, actually, there's one hooked up to it, so why don't we just use the one that's damn near hooked up to it anyway. So we'll jump out here. And we'll climb in this one. And I really should have some front weights on these tractors, you know? Because it makes a big difference. Not only in how well they do the jobs they're supposed to do, but it also makes a difference to the speed they'll actually travel across the ground. Okay. And this guy, in fact, without a weight, see what's happening there? That seeder is so heavy, this little tractor can't keep his front wheels on the ground when he tries to turn. Wahoo! So, anyway, I'm going to roll this over to here. Whoa, nice wheelie, dude. And I'm going to hit the R key and refill the sower. This, of course, costs us money because we're basically buying seeds. They're just nice enough to leave pallets of it here for us. And I think I'll resow it to about there. That should be fine. Now, I am not going to attempt to sow the field like this. Let me tell you, because that, well, that's just freaky and dangerous. Well, let's go to our catalog of goodness. Now, first of all, let's make sure I don't actually own a tractor weight. And I don't. What an odd thing to leave out. So, machine types. What are we looking for? Probably way down to the end. Loading wagons, feeding technology, weights. Here we are. These guys here, and I think we're going to actually want to buy 3 of them. Okay. There we go. Now I can pick them up at the store. But do I really want to drive all the way to the store to pick up weights? Okay, probably not. So, like I showed you the last time, if we hit this and waddle on down to vehicles, look, there's something way off here in the distance, and it happens to be our weights. So again, if I click that, click on the weight, now there is 3 of them there, and I think we want them all, so let's grab them all. There we go. They're no longer there. They're now, well, actually, right over there. So, let's just quick-hurry, hop back in this tractor. Let's detach our seeds for a moment and do a quick loop here. Go throw a weight on this thing and see what a difference that makes. You can zoom in and out with the mouse wheel. In fact, you can zoom quite a frickin' ways out and then back in again, which is just fine. Now, we've screwed around so much. There we go. Now we have some weight on the nose. And I think we'll actually put it in the lowered position. There. Because that seeder, that's actually a pretty heavy piece of freaking gear. So. But I also see that our harvester is now full. Now, since that's the most expensive piece of gear we own insofar as maintenance costs and everything else, I think leaving him idle, probably not a good idea. So let's jump from here to, well, not there, and not there, and not there, but this'll do. And we're still attached. So, let's go find our harvester. Let's drive the tractor. Suppose I could have had a look. There he is over there. Okay. There's our harvester. I'm on the way, man. Hang in there. Bump, bump. And yeah, I don't intend on doing one of those sort of playthroughs where I'm crashing vehicles and leaving them in piled heaps all over the property. I'm sorry. So if that's what you like, well, not what I'll be doing. I can recommend a young Australian YouTuber who would please you, though. There we go. And we are now emptying the harvester. And as you can see, we have a bar there that shows the progress of how much my trailer is filling up. And that'll let us know how often we gotta come and help this guy. Or if I'll have to dump this every time we yeah. Oh, no, I can unload him once more. So let's go back to what we were doing with this guy. See? Now, we can actually drive. Let's see where we're driving to. Field 8. Well, I'm not currently going at all in the right direction. Always a good start. So, let's get ourselves, whoa, turned around, as he says he's not going to crash equipment. Oh, we're not going to be able to fit through there, are we? No, sir. I love the noises of these tractors and stuff. I don't know how well it comes through. There we go. Hey, you guys should be able to hear it too. Guess I gotta go all the way around the end of the silos. Slow down a little bit for the corners so we don't flip over. And field 8. It's just a little tiny thing, so what shall we plant? You know what? I think I actually want to plant something that I don't have a machine for yet. Because I don't think that our current seeder will allow us to plant corn, which is what I really wanted. No, wheat, barley, canola, and grass. So no, that's unfortunate, it won't. Okay, well, not a big deal. That's fine. What would one of those end up running us? Let's have a look here, shall we? Oops. Machine type, tractors, beet harvesters, tippers, cultivators, plows. There we go, sowing machines. Nope. I think this guy, no, that ain't it. There we go. There we go. 58,000, that's the cheapest one that'll sow corn. So, I'm thinking we're gonna have to pass for now. Yes, indeed. However, I have way too much stuff on here, so what shall we plant? Well, I'm thinking the O button switches your seeds. You can see the little picture there. I'm thinking we'll go canola. Yep. Now, let's unfold the device. Cool, eh? And let us turn on the sower. And let us hire a worker. These fields come pre-cultivated, so we can actually do things like that. Otherwise we would have to cultivate the field first, obviously, before we could start planting seeds. You are going back to the farm. Looks like everybody here is doing really well. That's good to see. And he's got his pipe out. That means he's more than 80% full, and I will have to deal with him shortly. Oops, probably shouldn't drive across the crops, but luckily it doesn't actually count. So, what I'm after is this ugly buggly here. And this guy will do fine for the job. There we go. Attach that, and away you go. You don't need one of those weights. No, sir. First thing we're going to do is take you back over to where you live and make you wait for the next thing you're going to do. How do you like that? Because instead of a weight, we're just going to throw your attachment on the front. And should be good. Now things like front-end loaders and a couple of the other machines have a few more functions besides just attach. You see? Because obviously you need to be able to do things with this, like lift it up, tilt. Right? And that's all done by holding your mouse button. And then of course how do we open that? There we go. You can also open and close the jaws. So, but I think for now, put them in a nice safe low position, because we need to go and empty him. So we'll take the last 49% and go and empty it, and that'll show us what that process is about. Here we go, get under the arm. You can also travel along with these guys, and if you maintain speed alongside, they'll just keep dumping in you as long as they can. So that works well if you don't have anything else you're trying to set up at the moment. So there's our other tractor happily seeding the field, and he's waiting. He's going to go and fertilize it with some spray for us. And you, well, you're going to go empty that and let this fella carry on with his work. So, off to the silos we go. And he's getting really bouncy too. Now that he's got a full trailer, it's getting kind of hard to steer him. So, let's see if we can't just sneak in this way. No, they're facing the wrong way. Too bad, I think I could pick one up on the way by. So let's just dump the trailer, which you do right here. You'll notice as I pull along, there we go. We got a dump symbol down at the bottom. And press the Q key. And as you can see, he's dumping. Lovely. Now I think I'll pick up one of these barrels. Now that they're here. Bonk. There we go. The V key will put it into the lower position. One thing this game will teach you is how to back a trailer up. Let me tell you, it will show you that. Or you will have just endless problems if you don't figure it out. So, there we go. There, we got to demonstrate a few things going on today. We have the harvesting process, the trailering to pick up your harvest. We have a seeder going, and the sprayer's just a-waiting for them. And we'll get to that next one. So, I hope everybody enjoyed the episode. We got to see some of the new gear. We'll climb off of that for a sec. And, next episode, we will finish harvesting these fields. Once we get them replanted, we'll speed up time and learn what that's all about. But until then, that's my time down on the farm. This has been Species 7, and ciao for now, folks. Bye-bye.